So, YouTube, for those of you that are just catching us here, we are paying attention to the road and not to you, so I don't need to hear any nonsense about having my phone recording while driving. But I have it recording so I can share a few thoughts with you. Check it out. So, just finished a couple more days of excellent training with a student that came in from out of town. And this guy is very learned. He is a champion of business and industry. He's got a PhD. He's actually a gentleman that creates cancer drugs, so not a dummy. And he's drugs, so not a dummy. And he said to me, hey man, some of the stuff, my words not his, he didn't speak like I do, but he said, hey, some of the stuff you're teaching here, it's not like the stuff they have in movies. I'm like, you're right, because the stuff in movies is for entertainment, not for living. It got me to thinking as we're talking. A lot of times you'll see me in videos or in class, and the stuff that I have on is the stuff that I carry, period. Unless it's a class like a carbine course or something like that, I'm not walking around in the world with a carbine, yet I know how to use one. So many people, and I've talked about this much over the last number of years that we've been in social media, and we've talked about it in classes for years. What purpose is there in training with gear, with weapons, with holsters, with belts, with even clothes on the range that you don't wear out in the world? Now, the purpose could be a lot of things. Fun, there's nothing wrong with that. It could be an experiment. It could be entertainment. But if you're training and going to classes, going to the range and practicing skills to save your life, would it not make very clear sense to practice with gear that you're going to have on you in the moment that you're involved in violence at the mall, at your church, your synagogue, school, the bar, the convenience store, the side of the road, wherever? Seems to me that would make sense. So begin to think about training in the exact gear. This is silly that I even have to say this. In the exact gear. So when you go to work tomorrow morning, whatever you have with you is what you have with you to save your life. Period. Right now, wherever you're sitting, be it at home, your car, a train, a plane, at your desk, wherever. Whatever is on your body right now is what you have to save your ass right now. Right now, whatever's in your pockets, whatever's on your belt, whatever's in your backpack, that's the stuff that you have to save your skin right now. So train with that. Don't show up to the range or show up to class with all kinds of gear and apparatus that you would not have on you in real life. No, not train how you fight. Train how you fight is a very bastardized way of saying fight like you train is really what it is. And train how you fight. How many of you have actually been in a real fight? How many of you have ever been punched in the face? I've never been in a gunfight. So how do I train as I fight when I've never been in a real gunfight? So in itself, that is not a good way of identifying a solution. Next thought. I don't care what you can do with a gun. I don't care what you can do with your hands. I don't care what you can do with a sword, a knife, a bat. I don't care how fast you can run. By that, you are not going to be there to save me. You are not going to be there to save my family. I don't care what my friends Sang or Z or Pat McNamara or Johnny Primo or you name them. I don't care. And now those guys are all good dudes, Let's step it up a notch. Les Kismartoni, Grandmaster Shooter. Frank Proctor, Grandmaster Shooter. Step it up another notch to guys that are even at a higher level at that Grandmaster stage. I don't care what they can do, because they're not going to be there to save me. They're not going to be there to save my family. So we spend so much time concerned about the drill that such and such instructor can do on his social media page, the drill that such and such shooter or so-and-so shooter can perform in a match setting. I don't care. Other than that's cool, that's something I can aspire to, or I can take away his skill set to learn. But that guy or that gal is not with me. They're not with my daughter. They're not with my son. They're not with my wife. What's on you is what matters. My daughter this morning left to go about her day. We have a talk. I know that when she leaves, she knows today's the day that I might have to defend myself. I hope today's not the day, but I am prepared because, Dad, I will see you later. Dad, I know you're not with me, even though you're stronger and faster and tougher than me. I will come home, Dad. That conversation alone, not morbid, not paranoid, not something that you should put off. That conversation alone prepares you to do something that maybe you haven't thought about. The future of Illinois? Yeah, man, I live in Illinois. I've been working and fighting for gun laws and gun rights in Illinois and across the country for a long, long time. So to ask if I'm thinking about it, yes, I'm definitely thinking about it. Am I worried about it? Nope. Am I worried about the gun laws in the U.S.? Nope. Because I'm not going to get myself all bent out of shape, spun out of shape, worried about that which I cannot change. What can I change? I can continue to do what is right. I can continue to proliferate the truth that I find to be true. I can continue to affect change locally in my local government by helping to promote and proliferate good candidates that protect and defend the Constitution. I can continue to protect, promote, and proliferate candidates on a state and national level that defend and protect the Constitution. And all I can do is show other people how to do that. So I'm going to spend my time doing that and not worried about spinning my head out of control. How's that? Does that work for you? So back to my point, because I'm about to pull in and bag it for the evening. What is it that you're trying to get out of your training? Look, you could be flat broke and have no money. Fine. That's okay. Been there. Then invest in your brain. Invest in your mind. Invest in how you're going to make yourself internally stronger to deal with the vicissitudes. I love that word. I use it from time to time. The vicissitudes of life, the up and down, the waves that life brings us. How are you going to deal with that? So my thought to you is, as always, formulate a goal. What is your goal? If your goal is to live a long, full life, if your goal is to be proficient with your hands, with your weapons, not because it's cool, but because that proficiency will help you achieve the goal of a long, proficient life. A long and full life. That proficiency will bring that about. Then develop that proficiency. Dry fire is cheap. Dry fire can make you good. Dry fire can ruin you. That dry fire needs to be steeped in skill building that takes you closer to a goal, takes you closer to an end result. But you're right, I agree. Dry fire is very cheap. Dry fire is one of the best ways that you can program yourself to win. So have a goal. Create actionable steps. Actionable steps means that it's a step that you can actually apply action to reach that goal. Then apply action. How do you like them apples? I hope you guys are well. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, send us a message. If you post them here on the comments, I will usually see them. If I don't, send me a message at training@carrytrainer.com. Yeah, man, I got that tooth fixed the day up, dude. I ain't walking around with busted ass teeth. Somebody asked a question about when I got my kids into firearms training. I began to teach my kids how to light a fire, use a kitchen knife, do basic mechanical things, shoot guns, how to not fall off of tall things, etc. As soon as they can walk, you start building on that. Hey, Ralphie boy. Guys, love yourself enough. Thank you, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Love yourself enough to apply effort to the things that you want out of your life. Know that you live but one time. If you believe in reincarnation, fair enough. But know that this life that you are enjoying right now is a fleeting shooting star across this cosmos, across this universe. And at some point in the not too distant future, your life, while powerful and meaningful and of value, will come to an end. As such, do not live today spending all your time thinking about tomorrow or spending all your time thinking about yesterday, because you can't change either of them. But what you can do is you can live right now. You can live right now knowing that you want tomorrow to look a certain way, and you can act today in a manner that will make tomorrow the way you want it to be. Be that having more money, being happier, sleeping better, being a better shooter, getting the girl, whatever it is you want. This is not bullshit, and anybody that sees it as such is telling you that they do not understand how the world really works. And the one thing I will tell you guys, all of the heartache I have had in my life, for the most part, was brought to me by me. Thanks, Garcia. All of the blame I laid on others was usually because I was not man enough or mature enough to admit to myself that I failed. So begin to accept that you are imperfect. Begin to accept that you will make mistakes, but begin to accept that you have in your possession a supercomputer, the same computing power that designed rocket ships, that learned how to split atoms, that created the medicine that stopped plagues, that made an internal combustion engine, that developed firearms. The same supercomputer that wrote symphonies, poetry, books, movies, the things that move men's soul. You have that same computer residing above your 2 ears, my friends. So then, if you're willing to tap into that, use it, and appreciate what you have there, hola to Puerto Rico. My suggestion is you stop making excuses for the inadequacy and start attaching some responsibility to what you're capable of doing. Responsibility is an awful big word, and if you cannot grasp it, you're being irresponsible. So begin to be responsible for the output, what you put into this world around you, what you share. That's on you, man. That ain't your parents' fault. It's not your boss's fault. It's not your mom or dad. I already said parents, your wife, your sister, whoever. It's on you. That's responsibility, what you put out to the world. If you're the kind of person that's angry because other people are doing it and you're not, that's immature. Start to realize that your unhappiness or whatever it is that you don't have that you want is on you. I don't owe it to you, your mother and father, the government, and nobody else owes anything to you. That brief flash of light that is your life is yours and yours alone. And I hope, friends, that you begin to grasp that, appreciate it, and apply action to make that life that which you wish. Because soon enough, yeah, friends, your beard is going to turn gray. Your muscles will ache like this elbow does today, like this shoulder does. Brazil. Awesome. Pretty freaking cool to me that I get to talk to friends in Puerto Rico, south of Brazil, and maybe some right here at home. I saw in Illinois. Your body will fade. Your body will fail. And then what you have is your mind. You have your spirit, your ability to continue pressing forward. But forward to where is the choice? Jay, you get it, man. It's not, I'm not saying my beard's gray, yours not. I'm saying this will come. So do not wait to live now. Peace out, my friends. Be well. Pass on some love to yourself, first of all, and then to others. Sleep well tonight. Make a goal. Chase the goal. Train in a fashion that will help you live, not just for entertainment. Bye now.